There he is.
Oh, lucky I didn't hang up before that. Usually I don't go 4 rings with you. You're
I
only
was
worth
flushing.
3.
I
Oh,
was
is that
flushing.
what you needed 30 minutes for?
No, I was actually outside because I'm trying to get a fence put in. So
Oh, I don't
I'm
care.
getting some quotes. Got people coming doing
Yeah.
quotes for me, and
Yeah.
that the good stuff.
All I know is here we are. We had people coming, but you told you were like ready to go at 7.
Right, but when you didn't respond, the guy was like, "Hey, I'm in town," and I said, "Hey, can you just shoot
This
over here real quick?"
this
Because I said,
sounds
this
like
this podcast guy he's reading messages on other message boards, but not this one. So
this guy's
you think I didn't see that? I saw.
reading what on what? Yeah, I was in the middle of cooking and eating. I didn't. I only had it open.
You could read the other messages though.
Yeah, it was open to
Yeah,
that. It was open to that one. I didn't
yeah.
change. I didn't use my phone the whole time. It was just sitting over there. You know. I don't know what your problem is. You're like a girl that you saw that they were online somewhere else, but they didn't have time for you. Here's the people. This is how it went. I'm like, give me a time. You don't give me a time. You don't give me any heads up advance warning. You're just at 7 o'clock. You finally message me and go, I'm good to go whenever. I'm like in the middle. I'm like elbow deep in HelloFresh boxes and cooking food, and then I got to eat it because you're not more important than a freshly cooked hot meal. So, and then I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. No heads up. You would think like 3 years into this thing that you'd have some of it figured out by now. But are you even there? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You expect me to figure that? Like you expect me to figure this out by now? Seriously?
I don't know. I figure.
Seriously.
I just I don't know what I expect of you. I don't expect a lot,
Yeah.
but what I do expect doesn't even happen.
I was gonna say that. Why would you expect anything from me
Well,
at this point?
I'm learning not to. I listen as soon as I
Learning
find
not to you. How long have you known me?
as long as I like 10 years now. But as
Right. Nothing's changed, pal.
no, it's if anything, everything's gotten worse. But I just I it's really hard finding someone else to replace you. I don't want to replace you with a rotation of people. I want to find like
Hold on. Say that again. Just say that one more. Let me get this on recording. Say it again.
what?
It's hard to replace me.
It is because
Exactly.
it is because it's become a 3 day a week commitment. So I need someone else. It's not.
You're
It's
not
not like it's hard to find someone as charming and with a wealth
I didn't
of
say
stories
that.
or anything like that. I'm just saying it's I gotta
I didn't say that.
No.
No. Oh no.
This could be
You can't.
this is
Father of the Year, 2 doors down. He can't help you.
Oh, fuck that guy. He listen, we're not comparing like you to him. Obviously, I didn't say you're the worst out there. I just said you're bad. It's like you're not
Rabbi Chadwick. He'll never do it.
No, I have to go outside the sphere of the Breakfast Club. You understand
This is
that?
true.
Yeah, I have to go outside the sphere. This
Listen,
might become the Earl Mitchell hour at some point, okay? That's what I'm saying.
Listen, at this point, Billy and Bobby are more of the Breakfast Club than those other two J Bros.
Oh, 1,000%. Although here we go. I had just texted Bobby. I wrote Fatty Magoo has me podcasting late. I don't know if you feel like calling in. But if you're busy, no biggie. And he replied, I'm writing a report actually. So again,
This guy, what are these fucking reports in his work? What is he even talking about?
he's probably writing a report on you. It's probably a book report for the 25th year of college that he's been taking. For all those college grants and whatever fucking free
whoever he's working now.
Right, free money, right. Listen, at least he's getting an education. It would be one thing if he was scamming the system and getting all this like money to go to college and not taking the classes. But he actually has like, what does he have, like 4 doctorates or something? He's been
something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So at least he's getting an education out of it.
Right.
He's using it, but yeah.
Right. God. Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, who knows if he really? You know what? We're gonna ask him next time he comes on if he really has all these degrees, because I gotta know.
Right. Well, my point is that like he said he was available today, but I don't think he envisioned that I'd be calling him at 8. No, it's 7:00, 8:30 here.
What time is it? 8:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Listen. At least your timing worked out where it's halftime in the Heat game. By the time we wrap this up, it'll still be like halfway through the third quarter.
Are they winning?
Yeah, they went on. They were behind. Jimmy Butler's out.
Not playing.
And they went on they were chasing the whole time. They were like 2 points behind, 1 point behind, 3 points behind, and then they went on like a 17-point run, and so now we're up like 16 points at halftime without our best player. Without our best player, yeah.
But isn't what's his name's playing? Opal, whatever his name is. What's his name? Opal Dico.
Yeah. I think so.
He hasn't really played much.
Well, I mean, because there's a rotation at this point. You know,
they just should put Haslam in just because he's an old grizzled vet.
I guarantee you. I guarantee you, if we get to the finals, Haslam will see one play at least. At least
he has to. He has to. He looks so grizzled and
well, he is
like the gray hair. He looks like
he's been on the Miami Heat for like 28 years now.
He's like my age.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So he.
I met him when he was in high school because we had a basketball tournament and he was in the tournament.
He literally was your age.
He may be like a year or two younger than me, but yeah, no, I remember him.
Did he have the big tattoo of the state of Florida on his back then?
No, but he was on his team. He played for like one of the Miami teams, and on his team were like two other guys who like made it to the NBA.
Yeah,
there was like three of them on that team. So I'm sure they were all recruited or something.
So what you're saying is you lost that game.
We actually didn't play against them, but they were in the same tournament. Yeah. So, but I did, I did play. I don't know if you know this. We'll talk a little football for a second. Throwback. I played football against Vincent Wilfork, right?
No.
I never told you this story.
I mean, you might have, but it didn't read.
I don't think I ever did. No, right. So my freshman year, freshman football, and we played Santa Lucia's high school, and everybody was like, they got this kid on their team. He looks like he's a grown man. So game starts, they get the ball first. I'm the linebacker. I go out on defense, and there he is. He's playing offensive line. And I literally looked up, and I'm like, this guy is double the size of me. I was like, he's got to be like 40 years old, because he looked like a grown man. He didn't look like a child. Let me tell you something. It's not fun having to blitz that gap because he was unmoved. You couldn't even move him. He was so big. We beat them freshman year, and then sophomore year, he got called up to varsity, and I played JV. And then junior and senior year, we played them. He was unbelievable. Like, you could not – like, I remember, like, plays, like, I would – like, they would run the ball up his back there and running that gap. Like, he just would squash me. There was not even a chance. He would crush me. But he was literally double the size of me.
He went to the Hurricanes, right?
Yeah, after that. Yeah. And then we also played against Anquan Bolden in the playoffs. And Anquan Bolden he was the quarterback of Pahokee High School, and they were undefeated. And we faced him in the second round of the playoffs, and he broke his arm. Oh. And we beat them. So, because he was out. So he broke his arm.
Well, he still had quite a career, so I guess that's...
Yeah, but it was cool. We played against, him and played against Vincent Wilfork. I'm sure a couple other guys that made it to the league and stuff, but those are the two most memorable ones.
I was just picturing, you ever see that movie Wildcats?
Yeah.
With Goldie Hawn? Where they had, that humongous guy that would only play if you paid him, but he was so big, that the jerseys didn't fit. They had to sew two together.
Right.
Yeah. So I picture Vince Wilfork being like that, or at least to guys your size, when you're in high school looking at.
Yeah, I was 14 years old, and you go out there and you're like, I remember like we were all like first play. Everybody like we were in the huddle, and everybody's like, "How old is that kid? He's huge." I'm like, "Well, he's got to be 14. It's freshman football." And they're like, "There's no way he's 14. He's double the size of everybody." I was like, "No, no, he's definitely 14." Yeah, I was a big kid, but I mean, obviously he made it to the league and had a very successful career.
He shaved every time he came off the field. Had a little.
He's gigantic,
4 minutes,
absolutely gigantic.
4 minutes on the bench, he would start shaving again.
Right. I was like, oh, he's only 14. Yeah, sure. So.
Remember that when that was a thing in like Little League baseball? You had these like South American and Caribbean kids they're like, we don't, they come from a place where, well, we're so poor and whatever, we can't. It was like the excuse that they didn't have or couldn't find the birth certificate, and you had to take your word that this kid was 14 when he was like 18 or 19 years old.
Right, but you look and you're like, why does that kid have a mustache at 14?
Right, and he's a foot taller than everyone else.
Right. Yeah.
Muscle tone and everything. Like at 14, you don't have muscle tone. You just don't.
You're a string bean, right?
Right.
You're either a string bean or you got baby fat.
You see this fucking kid pitching for the other team, and he's throwing, like 89, 90 miles an hour.
Right. And they're like, yeah, he's 14.
And like,
over from Cuba.
And it's like perfect because he plays the I don't speak English, but he's
right.
that he trust me, he can order fucking he can order at a drive-thru if he needs to. So
yeah, we had a couple of those in the league, and you never saw the parents.
Right.
Who does he live with? Like, it's like, oh, he lives with the coach. I'm like, that kid is a grown-ass man. Right. Stop it.
Like all of his mail gets
Cuban defect.
It's like in Friday Night Lights, all the mail goes to a mailbox on an empty lot. So the kid technically lives in the district and can play on that team.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right. It's like he really lives like fucking 2 districts over, but all the mail gets sent to this empty lot where there's just it's just grass and a mailbox.
Right. But that really happened. Like, I mean, it's funny because I saw yesterday. So the high school with the most NFL players is in Florida, and it's
for what?
St. Tom. The most in NFL. The most.
NFL. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Is St. Thomas Aquinas?
Yeah.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Right here. Yeah.
And it's produced the most school to NFL players, like high school. They ended up going to the NFL, and I think about
was that like Michael Irvin and all? Yeah. I mean, I could.
Chris Carter was like recruiting for them, like back in the day. I remember, and they're like, "Oh, Chris Carter's a big donor." I'm like, "Yeah, he's a donor." And then, of course, kids went there. How many kickers came out? Like kickers came out of there, like NFL kickers. I'm like, that's insane.
I'm trying to think. There isn't a huge correlation between soccer and kicking in the NFL. I mean, there's a little, but it's not like But it's not like every kicker in the league has a Hispanic last name. You know what I mean? So
no, right.
Like if they do, it's a rarity. Like the Grammatica brothers,
Yeah.
So it's not even. I was trying to think like maybe Florida's a pipeline to South America where like all the kids with legs from soccer are, but that's not even it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know you're right though. Like I don't know. It's weird. And I remember there was a kicker in the NFL.
What's his name? Remember that kicking coach that was on the Dolphins forever? The guy that was in like the scooter type of like scooter / wheelchair. Doug was it Doug Blevins or something? So Doug something. He used to eat at the ale house all the time after practices. We used to see him there all the time, and I know he coached here forever. And he was like for a guy in a fucking, in like a scooter / wheelchair to be coaching kickers and to have done it at the highest level was kind of like crazy to think about. But I don't know if he stayed down here after not coaching anymore or after getting let go, and maybe there's a camp here to train kids how to kick and. He's the pipeline. I don't know. That's the only thing I thought of.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you know that Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa went to St. Thomas? I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I just looked it up.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that's, it's impressive because like high school, you're not going directly from high school to pros. So even
Right,
though,
right.
like to be that much of a pipeline that all these kids are then flourishing in college, getting
Right,
drafted to the pros and then playing at a high level is really impressive. Because everyone peaks at a different level, and you think if you're
right,
a lot of
right.
guys that are top prospects in high school don't even
So they
get
currently have
drafted.
19 current. So there's 19 players currently in the NFL of 2021 that went to St. Thomas. 19 in
Yeah,
1 year. That's just current. But yeah, the Giovanni Bernard, Nick and Joey Bosa, those are pretty big names.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
Philip Dorsett. Yeah, those are big. Those are pretty big football names. And of course, Brian Cox Jr. Of course, he went there. Brian Cox's son. I mean,
I didn't know.
Former Miami Dolphin.
I didn't know Brian Cox was down here.
He must be. Yeah.
I mean, either that or the mother of his child is down here. I don't know.
Could be. Yeah. Yeah. Michael Irvin went there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's the
interesting.
name that first comes to mind because he's probably
Yeah.
one of their earliest stars.
Yeah. 1988. Um, that's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Well, speaking of football, I got some breaking Nick the Dick news.
Oh, okay.
Nick the Dick decides today, after 2 years of people asking him to play football, that he's going to go try out for the football team spring practice today.
Yeah.
So he goes, he does the workout, and they invited him back for pads tomorrow. I said, "You've never been hit a day in your life, number one." I said, "Number two, on the basketball court, somebody, fucking blows on you, you fall over. You really think you're going to put pads on tomorrow and hit?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You were in for a fucking world of hurt, my friend."
You're like, I love how you're real so supportive of him and his extracurricular activities.
Well, I
You're
mean,
like you're just like you're not cut out for this kid. There's no way in hell you're making the team.
no, well, like, you're a senior. You're going to be a senior next year and decide now you want to play football. Like, you've never played a day in your life. Like, I mean, football is, it's a tough game. And
He's,
I'm just not sure he's that tough.
I think he's
So,
doubling down for the trying to land some pie. I think he
yeah,
thinks of
maybe.
the girl. He probably sees the girls that like the basketball players, and he sees the girls that like the football
The
players.
football
And
game, yeah.
he's like, oh, this is up. This is
Huge discrepancy.
this is this is this is the top shelf stuff. Let me go back. Let me go
right,
give a shot at
right,
football. I'll sit on the bench
right.
and be their sixth receiver. Fuck it.
Yeah, so he's playing receiver. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
figured
he,
I don't know that he's built for anything else, but
well, and
receiver
he's tall,
or like you know
maybe.
maybe like a D back. I don't see him
Yeah.
playing it. I mean,
But the best,
he's tall enough to play quarterback probably in high school, but I don't I don't think your son's cut out for that much homework. You know?
no, right. And he's got an arm on him. He can throw the ball so far, but that's too much work for him. So he's like, "We're a running team." I'm like, "You do realize you're going to just be standing there and blocking." It's like, it's not that fun.
Right.
Like, you know? So he thinks that, he's going to go tomorrow. And I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be
Yeah,
bad."
but what I mean, how many plays when you're like a receiver? How many
Right.
plays are you in a game?
Right. I
What,
mean,
like
yeah.
30 snaps?
Right.
If they're rotating and letting other guys play, and I mean, if he's
Yeah.
the starting receiver, it's a different story. But if
Right.
he's like the fourth receiver or the third receiver, and they're a running
He may not
team,
play much. Who knows?
yeah, I mean,
Right.
it might not be, And then how many of those are
Right.
you going to actually have contact and whatever? And how many times the ball even
Right.
going to come your way, let alone you catch it and get hit? I don't know.
Right.
I
But
don't
the
know.
funny part is,
Maybe you'll get hit and
so
they'll
like,
like it. I don't know. Some guys, that
that's
happens.
true. But the funny part is, on the basketball court, I always tell him, I go, "Why are you running like you're in quicksand? Like, run." And then he's like running routes before he had his friends over, and I'm like, why are you so fast now? I'm so confused as to why you're fast here in the yard, but on the basketball court, it's like you're carrying a piano on your back.
They just
Like, what? I don't
jog
understand.
back and
Like,
forth.
yeah. Well, it's funny because he had basketball this weekend. He's playing in this league, and I didn't go to the first game because I thought the gym was like it's like church league. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go. He scored 26 points. He had a great game. He came home and he was like, hey, I had a great game. He's like, but there's a second game today. So I said, oh, I'll come to that one. Of course, I come. He was 2 for 12 from the free throw line.
Oh, Nicky,
He
no
scored
buckets again.
but he scored 17 points. But he was 2 for 12 from the free throw and missed probably 10 other shots. He could have had a 30, 40-point game. But
why is he missing so many free throws?
Oh, I'll tell you why. Fourth quarter, he misses 2 more, and he turns around and points and goes, "It's your fault." I said, "What?
You're the mush."
I'm literally standing here. I'm like, "What?" So the game ends, and he's like, "It's your fault. You're the reason I couldn't shoot." I said, "You've got to be shitting me, right?" He's like, "Well, I knew you were here and you were critiquing everything." I said, "You missed 10 fucking free throws. They're free. Like, what? Do you not want me to critique you?" He's like, "I just knew you were here and it caused me to miss my shot." So I'm the mush, apparently.
You got in his head.
Yeah, the mush, me.
Oh my god!
And the best part of it all,
yeah,
the best part, he can dunk. He can dunk. I'll give him that. He gets a breakaway, and it's his big shining moment. There's nobody there but him. He gets the ball. The kid throws it to him. He dribbles. He gets to like right about the free throw line. He takes 2 steps and his leg gives out and he falls and the ball goes out of bounds and he doesn't get his chance to dunk. And I loved every minute of it. Every minute of it. And he like just sat there on the ground and like oh my, put his hands on his head. Like because he was going, you could see like this was his moment. He was like, this is it. I'm going to dunk in a game. And his leg gives out and he falls. And the ball goes out of bounds.
He's literally, as he's breaking away, he's making plans for how he's going to post this on all his social media.
Yes. Yeah, and his leg gives out. And he's on the floor with his hands on his head, and he looks at me, and I just shrug my shoulders with my hands up like, oh, well. And he gets mad. He's mad, obviously, because I totally gave him that. So at the end of the game, I said, yeah, you probably should have laid it up. And he's like, I had it. I don't know what happened. I said, you were thinking so hard about the dunk, you lost your footing. Your leg gave out. Yeah. It was his big moment. He blew it.
That's tremendous. Like the whole.
Oh, tremendous.
Like tremendous. The fact that you enjoyed your son falling on his face.
Yeah. And when he was like, it's your fault, whatever, one of his friends was there and was like, what did he just say? I go, he blamed me for his poor performance. The kid's like, what the hell did you have to do with it? I said, I have no idea. Like, I just showed up. I don't know.
You're the mush.
I'm the mush.
You mushed it.
But it's funny. I will tell you, when I played baseball my whole like childhood, and I used to tell my mom, you can't come to the games. And she'd be like, what? I'm like, Mom, every time you come, we lose. You got to stay home. Like, there's something with you. You're a mush. I remember my mom one night crying, hysterical, because I was like, she can't come. This is a big game. Every time she comes, we lose. She was in tears, crying, because I didn't want her to go to the game. And we won. And I came home and I was like, see, we won. Like,
didn't make her feel any better, did it?
No. But every time she came, I played bad and we lost. So I was like, she can't come. She's got to stay home. Like, she's a mush. So
you would think old school Italian mother would understand about curses and bad luck and the Malocchio and whatever.
Yeah, she stopped. Eventually, she stopped. She didn't even ask to come anymore. And we went on to win like 4 championships in a row. And so, and my dad was always the coach, the manager, so we always would win. But when she came, we would never win. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Every time she comes, she must give us like the horns.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bad luck, you're bad luck.
Right.
That's like you can do about it. Like Marco's baby isn't allowed in my house during a fucking Dolphins game. It's just not good. It's not going to happen ever again. Especially now with the stakes so high this year. I'm not even tempting fate. I'm not even tempting fate.
Right. Let's not even try it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll have an update on Nick the Dick's football career next podcast, because he's gonna get in pads tomorrow, which is great.
I had a
Interesting.
friend. I had a friend Brett in high school that joined the football team. I'm trying to remember what year it was. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was freshman year. It was either It was either sophomore or junior year. He joined the team. All excited. First game, broke his fucking nose. His mom wouldn't let him play again. He had to fucking quit the team.
Are you serious?
I'll tell you this though, his, nice Jewish family, Jewish Italian family. He had a fucking beak on him, and breaking that nose did him no fucking favors. It was like, it's bad enough there's something so big on your face that you got to stare at it. But then when it's like off center and it's like even more noticeable.
Oh, yeah, like the crooked nose.
Right. I think eventually he had to have it. I think he broke it. They did like the kind of like the emergency room reset. It fucking grew in crooked or healed crooked, and she took it to a plastic surgeon. They recracked that thing, and they didn't have anything else done to it. Like she wasn't like paying for a shave and a sculpt or anything. Right. But they were like, we're re-breaking it and setting it straight. So this kid, like twice that year, had like the triangle thing on his nose and the black eyes.
Oh my God! And in high school, that's like that's not how you want to go to school.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Like you would think, but I think like breaking your nose playing a sport is kind of like a macho cool thing. So it's,
maybe.
So it's especially like, listen, not now. Now everyone's fucking safe space bullshit. But I'm talking, this was the 80s. This was the late 80s. That was like. I mean, come on. That was the height of like every fucking great fucking high school sports movie you've ever seen.
Ever, right.
Like every day was like Teen Wolf, So
yeah, Teen Wolf.
I couldn't think of anything else off the top. I was trying to think what was the name of that there's a Tom Cruise movie where he's like in high school. And plays football for the guy that was the coach, then later played coach in the show Coach. Remember that guy?
Yes.
Okay, so there was this movie. I think it's called Everyone's All American. That's the name. I was trying to reference one of those types of movies, but all I could think of, like, I'm thinking Letterman's Jacket. What kind of movies? And the only thing I could think of was Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. I'll tell you though. With my beard, I've been called Teen Wolf numerous times through my life. So, and recently too. I'm not talking like.
I'm not gonna lie. The way yours grows and fills in, and when you have the long hair, I can see it. I can see it.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm just saying. I've been called it before, among other things like Wreck-It Ralph. I've been called that.
The funny thing about the only things I remember about Teen Wolf was that he used to stand on top of the van and surf. And then I think the girl that he was friends, the typical high school 80s movie where it's the girl that's your best friend and you want the other girl, but then you realize this girl is the one you wanted all along. The one friend that was a girl and like her name was like Boof or something. That was her nickname, and I only know one terminology for boof back in the 80s, and that was a little buff fucking. So I don't know what that was in that movie, but
like, you think that's what they were trying to like?
I don't think so. I like to imagine that this girl was portrayed as one that had never seen a penis before, let alone let one in the third door, the third entry.
Right.
So, I don't know. But yeah, Teen Wolf, I could see it on you. Yes, I could actually see it on you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been called it before.
It's a fair.
That and Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph more recently.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph doesn't have a beard though.
No.
He has like that one overall thing. That
Right.
one
I don't know why I
strap
look like
over.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Who I look like Wreck-It Ralph too, but yeah. Well, whatever. On TikTok, they'll be like, "Oh, he looks like Wreck-It Ralph." I'm like, "Oh, you're not funny." Or them, so.
I'm laughing, but not. Yeah, just because it annoys you.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah. So we'll have an update on Nick's football career. You know,
What do you
see how that goes.
what would you if you were to go to Vegas and bet on one of the specialty bets on him? What would you bet?
I mean, I think he's gonna come home tomorrow and be like, "Yeah, fuck that."
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I really do. I do think he's going to. It's not going to be his cup of
I mean,
tea.
is he a
But who
senior?
knows?
Is he a senior?
He's going to be next year.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough to come in as a senior.
That's what I said.
Playing contact football for the first time.
Right, right. So we'll see.
I mean, just those
We'll see
initial
what happens.
those initial crashes at the line, I don't think he's ready for that
Right.
stuff.
I don't think so either.
I think he's gonna get sat down about 7 times and go, "This is
Yeah,
bullshit."
I really think he's going to be like, "This is not for me."
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? At
Well, if
least
he sticks it out, he sticks it out. We'll
I'll
see.
give him credit. At least he's trying. Maybe
Right, right.
maybe
No, for
us
sure.
shitting on him will be encouragement. Like maybe just proving
Right.
you wrong is what fires that kid up. I
Enough.
don't know.
Right. Oh God.
And since
Guess we'll see.
he's been unsuccessful in one sport at proving you wrong, maybe he's trying another one.
Oh God.
Oh, we're spending half the podcast just
Shitting
destroying
on
your
him.
kid, Nick the Dick.
Right.
I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it. Now, so what's this?
Yeah.
But what we really want? If we're gonna do an all Nick podcast here, what's the story with the paycheck?
So he hasn't worked because he took off. Well, not took off. He was scheduled off, and he doesn't work again until Thursday. And it's there at the store. He's got to pick it up. But I'm not driving all the way over there with my gas money to pick up a paycheck. Like I'm like, yeah, you can get it Thursday when I drive you to work.
Oh, it must be driving him crazy.
Of course it is, but I'm not driving. 15 minutes each way for him to pick up a paycheck.
Right, I don't blame you. I mean, doesn't he have friends?
Yeah.
He should just someone with a card. He should jump in with them and go get his paycheck.
Oh, so as a kid, when you were a kid and you had your license or your friends you guys picked each other up and drove around, right?
Yeah, all the time. I got
Here,
driven.
it's
My
like-
friends gave me. I got rides to school. I got rides back from school. Whatever, we went out all the time.
It's so different now. They are like, oh, this kid wants gas money. I'm like, who you fucking gas money? Get out of here. He's like, yeah, they want gas money to drive me here or there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I never asked my friends for gas unless we were like, we were just cruising around town, whatever. Like, I never asked for gas money,
Well,
but
gas was affordable back when you and I were
right.
fucking.
So, yeah. So, yeah. So,
I mean, how much gas would give him? So give him $5 to get your paycheck a couple of days early. It's worth it. That's your son being cheap like you.
yeah. Oh, well, today's Lex's birthday, by the way. Her actual birthday.
I mean, I feel like we've been celebrating it for 2 weeks already.
Oh, well, you know how women are. They celebrate their birthday for weeks at a time.
I know, it's a month. My birthday month.
Right.
We're starting my birthday month in 2 days. Yay.
I don't even celebrate my birthday day.
Me either.
Yeah.
The less people acknowledge it, the happier I am. Not for any reason other than I don't give a shit. It's just like, And you and you got 2 kids that you'd be lucky if they acknowledge it, let alone got you something you actually wanted for your birthday.
Right. Right. I don't even get a happy birthday. You kidding me?
Right.
I mean, look, there's been years where I've even on my birthday, had full conversations with my mom and dad, and neither of them remembered it was my birthday. And then later in the day, they're like, "Shit, we forgot."
Yeah,
like,
my
we talked 45 times today.
my dad does that all the time. My sister, it's supposed to. She takes it upon herself to remind him when it's someone's birthday, but sometimes, like well, for whatever reason, she doesn't. She just doesn't get to him in time. Yeah, I remember once he called me and I had a 20-minute conversation with him, and he's about to go, and I go, "Oh, I figured you were calling me today for one reason, one reason only." And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you." And I hung up on him, and like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Oh shit, it's your birthday." I think I got a text. He's like, "Oh shit, it's your birthday. Happy birthday." I'm like, "All right, whatever." Like I didn't want him to call and wish me a happy birthday, but if you call me on my birthday, when we only talk like once every two weeks or so, it's like you would think that on your birthday the call is about your birthday.
I mean, but you got a sister and another brother, right?
I got 2 brothers and a sister.
So I mean, you're probably low man on the totem pole.
Well, I'm the oldest. I figured that's the one he would remember because.
He's probably that's the one he forgets. It was so long ago.
Well, but you've celebrated the most of that day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
he probably just doesn't love you as much.
Once he called me on my brother's birthday, and I cut him off. I cut him off. I'm like, "You've got the wrong son. You need to fucking stop."
You got the wrong son.
I said, "You gotta stop. You gotta fucking reset, figure this shit out, and call the right son. I'm not even gonna help you out with this one." I think that was the same year. He calls me on my brother's birthday, which is the 6th of January. And I'm like, "It's not my birthday today, dude. You got the wrong son. You need to reset, figure your shit out." And then he calls me on mine and doesn't even wish me a happy birthday, just chit-chats for 20 minutes.
Chit-chats.
And doesn't realize that he's, that today's, that's my birthday. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I got nothing else today. This is all I got.
Yeah, I figured. It's so
We're
late.
just shooting the shit. Hey, I will tell you.
Yeah.
We're making a comeback on the charts, my friend.
Are we?
Now that the website is back to
we are. I'm watching the bar graph on my fucking daily thing, and we're swinging up again. Thank God, people are realizing that we didn't go out of business.
So, back in the Dominican charts again. So Johnny must be listening again.
Oh, that's good.
I can't think of any other reason why.
That's probably what happens is that he probably has to listen, downloads like 20 or 30 because he's like that far back. And then that's enough to spike us up in the ratings in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
Because who's listening to podcasts in the DR? Come on.
Yeah, it's got to be him, no?
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
They got better things to do.
Right. Yeah. So
at least I tried. Maybe you should try. I'd say I'm going to keep asking you to book a guest.
Keep asking every week. Eventually, I'll get to it.
I got my dad calling me right now. That's the funniest thing. All right, I'm going to let you go. I'll talk.
He may be calling to wish you a happy birthday.
He might
months
be.
Later.
I'm trying to think whose birthday it is that he's mistaking it for.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye.